Months after George's death in young Sheldon, Lance Barber is unrecognizable as he reunites with Coach Wilkins' actor, Doc Farrow, ahead of his appearance on Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Unlike the sitcom norm, the young Sheldon finale opened with a heavily emotional time for the Coopers with the loss of their patriarch. George's death was long established in The Big Bang Theory, and it contributed to Sheldon's story in the flagship series. That said, by the time his demise happened in the prequel, young Sheldon had already redeemed the character, making it extra difficult to see him go. Coach Wilkins' portrayer, Doc Farrow, posts an image with the caption that reveals his enduring off-screen friendship with Barber. Barber is seen sporting different colored hair and with a beard. The adorable reunion photo was taken ahead of Farrow's confirmed appearance on Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Check out the snap below. Why Coach Wilkins is secretly important to George's young Sheldon arc. Coach Wilkins represented George's personal life. When George was introduced on young Sheldon, he already had a bad reputation because Sheldon and Mary consistently shared negative stories about him on The Big Bang Theory. However, the prequel could not simply paint the character as a one-dimensional person, so it started to flesh him out. The problem was, by doing so, young Sheldon contradicted the established canon, as its version of George was far from the no-use father and husband that Sheldon and his mom depicted him as. As a co-worker and friend, Coach Wilkins represented the Cooper family patriarch's life outside his responsibilities at home. Admittedly, young Sheldon didn't get to fully explore George's life separate from his wife and kids. There were moments of him hanging out with his friends, but that became infrequent as the show went on. That being said, it was Coach Wilkins and Principal Peterson who delivered the news of George's death to his family in young Sheldon's penultimate episode. It was a reminder that, although the series didn't get to show them all the time, their bond remained until the end. Now, Coach Wilkins is due to return for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Our take on Barber's possible return as George in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. Barber played a different character in The Big Bang Theory. Barber has been spotted a couple of times since young Sheldon ended back in May 2024. Despite not having any confirmed appearances on screen, he even attended the filming for Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage special Thanksgiving episode, which featured the return of Mary, Meemaw, and Missy. This only proved that he maintains a good relationship with his former co-workers. While the actor played a different role in The Big Bang Theory, it's highly doubtful that creator Chuck Lorre would bring Barber back to play a new character, considering how synonymous he has become with the Cooper patriarch. This doesn't mean, however, that he can never return to the franchise. There are various ways to incorporate George into the universe after he died in young Sheldon. He cannot come back in a full-time capacity because he can't play any role other than Sheldon's late father, without it being divisive from the get-go. Barber could reprise his beloved role, however, in a flashback, or even a dream. Whatever way they choose, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage would have to be more creative when featuring him again. As tragic as it was for the Coopers to lose their patriarch, just as he was on the cusp of having his dream life, George's subsequent funeral episode is arguably the best in the Big Bang Theory franchise. In any case, Barber himself said that while he is willing to return as George in Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage, he will only do so if Lorre and his team find a way to bring the character back without cheapening his demise. As tragic as it was for the Coopers to lose their patriarch, just as he was on the cusp of having his dream life, George's subsequent funeral episode is arguably the best in the Big Bang Theory franchise. Understandably, Barber doesn't want to taint that. What Coach Wilkins' Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage return means for George's legacy. Coach Wilkins' return offers new perspective on what it has been like losing George. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage has explored the Cooper family's grief a few times in its brief run thus far, with separate focuses on Georgie, Mary, and even Missy. That said, the perspective of losing George has come from his family. Currently, it's unclear what brings Coach Wilkins back, but since this is the first time he will appear post young Sheldon, his involvement in an upcoming episode could offer a new angle on what George's death means to people outside his immediate clan. Coach Wilkins' appearance offers Georgie and Mandy's first marriage a chance to establish what George's other life was aside from being a family man. As a co-worker, Sheldon's dad worked closely with Pharaoh throughout his time as a football coach at Medford High School in young Sheldon. Perhaps Coach Wilkins could share fun anecdotes about his late friend for a cathartic moment.